Hello again. Welcome to video number 3. One of the things I hear all the time about CBT is the question of what's the most effective thing I can do to look at mental health problems. If you look at common mental health problems such as anxiety or depression, a lot of those things are fueled by negative automatic thoughts. In CBT, they're known as NATs, so negative automatic thoughts, N-A-T-S, NATs. And those negative automatic thoughts can be a mind chatter inside the head. So it could be that you go into a room and you've forgotten something. I go over there into that room and I've forgotten what I went for. So I could say, oh God, you're an idiot. And I could admonish myself for that. But the trouble is, the subconscious mind hears that I think I'm an idiot. And so that's a negative automatic thought. Now sometimes we're brought up in a way that is given to us all the time. So we're told by our parents, even if they're well-meaning, they might say, oh, you're always dropping things, or oh, you're clumsy, you're an oaf, or whatever it is, whatever people say to us when we're growing up. We might have a parent who's stressed out with their own lives, who tells us negative things, and so that becomes an accompaniment, and it goes into our subconscious minds. So one of the things not only in CBT, in any therapy, is to try and dig a little bit below the surface and find out what the negative thoughts are that talk to us every day. Everyone has a voice inside their head, not an audible voice, but an accompanying voice, a thought if you like, that says things like, I want a piece of cake. So you might have that thought, and it might be followed by something like, I want a piece of cake, but I'm fat. So that's a negative automatic thought, I'm fat. And sometimes it can be below the conscious level and just outside awareness, but quite a lot of the time it can be a little put down, a self-mocking remark, a derogatory self-statement, in other words, a negative automatic thought. And what we need to do, again, whether it's CBT or any therapy, what we need to do is address those thoughts and look at ourselves and say, am I slowly and silently ruining my own life with this incessant mind chatter? Am I putting myself down? Why would you want to put yourself down? Life's hard enough anyway. It's hard enough to get through life with the challenges that it throws at us without you yourself giving yourself your own chatter. It could be that you feel judged by others. It could be anything. But what you can do with that, and what you can control today, instantly, is to stop negative automatic thoughts. It might take you a while, but you can do it instantly. So if you do go into that room over there and you think, well, I'll go in there and get my glasses, and you come out without them or you've forgotten them, you might think of yourself as a fool or a moron. But it's a good idea to address that thought and say, well, I'm not a fool, I just had something else on my mind. I'm actually quite cool, I'm quite a good person. Just because I forgot something doesn't mean to say I'm a fool. Just because someone called me a fool when I was 7, when I was growing up, or when I was 11 and the teacher was one of those sarcastic teachers that used to call people names, try and get rid of that voice and try and say, no, I'm not a fool. Arrest it, nip it in the bud. Because you say, well, I'd go for some further training at college, but people might think I'm too old. Too old for what? People might think I can't do it. People might think I'm not good enough. That's a massive thing, the feeling of not being good enough. And if you're on a waiting list for CBT in the NHS on a 2-year waiting list, one of the things that they'll look at is the concept of negative automatic thoughts. What thoughts accompany your daily life? and these have to be addressed. So whether you pay £100 an hour to see a CBT therapist, or whether you actually do some self-work, which is very easy to do, it doesn't need to be complicated by lists and endless protocols, whose really the only aim of those is to get the writers further degrees and PhDs. So you can look at your own thoughts and start to say, what can I do to change my life about now? You don't have to pay through the nose for it. What you have to do though, instantly, is address negative automatic thoughts and start basically to be nice to yourself, to be kind to yourself, to tell yourself good things. So when you go for your glasses, you've got them. You'll get them anyway. So if you go into the room for the glasses and they're not there, or you've forgotten what you went for, that doesn't really matter. You might as well say good things to yourself as you say bad things to yourself. Now this has wider implications as well. So if you're responsible for bringing children up, it's a good idea to tell them good things as well. Because if you want a good future, then why not invest in it today? Why not just say nice things? Because life's very short, obviously. But certainly, whether you're bringing children up or not, it's a very good idea to give yourself some positive self-talk straight away. If you find that there are people who do put you down, you can challenge that with them and you can say, look, when you speak like that to me, I'm not actually an idiot. When you speak like that to me, it's not appropriate and I'd rather you didn't do it. That's all it'll take. And they might ridicule you. They'll very commonly in Britain say, oh, I was only joking, I know that you're not a mindless moron. But that it's been said. So it's best that things like that don't happen. Not because you don't even believe them, and not because even that they weren't joking, but because your subconscious mind hears it. Now, a lot of our systems work subconsciously anyway. As I've been speaking, you've been watching this video, your liver's been working, your pancreas has been working, your hair's been growing, if it's mine it's been falling out, your eyes have been focusing, so everything's working subconsciously and automatically. And so does the subconscious mind. Obviously it does what it says on the tin. So what you have to do is address those negative thoughts, start to believe in yourself. You don't have to become Anthony Robbins, the great think guru. You don't have to be doing presentations for 100,000 people. But what you have to do is start to say nice things to yourself, and nice things will happen. Saying good things to yourself, starting to believe in yourself, little words of encouragement. No, I actually can do that. No, I'll give it a try at college, because what's the worst thing that could happen? Someone laughs, so what? Will they be laughing in 30 years when you've succeeded? So just the little words that you say to yourself, the little turnarounds of life, the little, no, I can do that. No, I'm not really that fat. No, if I forget the glasses, I can get them another time. I'll remember in the future. You're actually alright, really. But what you've got to do is address negative automatic thoughts, because it's those that feed into the subconscious mind, and it's those that can ruin our self-esteem, give us low self-esteem, and fund a life, a half-life, lived in the shadows, lived in unfulfillment, when in actual fact it could be a big life, it could be a great life. What have we got? 80 years on this planet, 90, maybe 100 if we're really lucky. So why live in the shadows? Why live a life only lit at night time? We can live fully if we change our self-talk from negative automatic thoughts into positive automatic thoughts. And by doing that, it becomes an automatic thing. So you start to invest in yourself, and you start to become great because of what you've said to yourself and the belief you subsequently have in yourself. So until next time, see you soon. Thanks for watching.